As we've seen, after a few easy onboarding questions and auto-adjusting some expenses, we have gone from an uncertain trajectory to having the peace of mind that we will have plenty of money to last us into retirement. But life has some things that we need to prepare for, and one of those might be a kid, an advanced degree, a new car, or maybe all three. But don't worry, you can plan for those expenses, as well as give them a time limit so you know how long they affect your long-term trajectory. OnTrajectory takes your income and automatically runs some basic calculations for taxes and expenses. So we assume that any money left over is going into the default savings. But let's start with that degree. You're going to get your master's degree in 2 years, and you want to make sure you can afford it. When applying for a loan, you may want to see if you can afford the monthly expense. The average monthly payment, according to Credible.com, is $723 per month for 20 years. Let's assume after you graduate, you will pay that amount per month until the loan is paid off. That cost each month does affect our trajectory, but we also forgot to assume the upside. If you start your MBA at age 40, you'll graduate at 42 and be on your way to a higher paycheck. Let's assume a $20,000 boost per year. Now, just as you're planning for your MBA, you realize that you're going to have a child. That means daycare expenses for your child while you both are working and studying. Now, we add an expense and assume $2,000 per month per daycare. Notice how OnTrajectory assumes 5 years of daycare before school. Maybe it's worth considering a new car that's more conducive to having a child around. Since you're feeling pretty good about your trajectory, we decide to keep your current vehicle that you love and just add a more practical car. You decide to do the zero-down dealer financing and buy a $50,000 new SUV. With a 3.25% interest rate and $750 monthly car payment, you are able to still reach your long-term goals. The real challenge starts to be budgeting on a day-to-day basis. Since we haven't adjusted your basic expenses, we have now increased our monthly expenses to over $12,000 each month once college payments kick in. Next session, we will look at how to manage our basic expenses compared to these larger, longer-term dependent expenses.